Hello everyone, it's me Samuel Taylor Ackroyd and welcome back to my channel. In this video I am going to be unboxing and reviewing the Gemini Jets 1/400 scale National Airlines Boeing 747-400 model. This is one of the three models that I got from the TAS Aviation Memorabilia Fair at the Runway Visitor Park at Manchester Airport on Saturday the 23rd of July 2022. The third and final model will be unboxed and reviewed and featured in the video that comes out after this. But without further ado, let's get to having a look at the features of the box containing this model. So as you can see, we have all the usual, the Gemini Jets logo at the top left corner. At the top right corner, it says made for collectors by collectors. Here we have a diagram of the model. And underneath the diagram we have the aircraft type, Boeing 747-400 freighter. And here we have the National Airlines logo. Underneath that it says 1/400 scale die-cast model aircraft. And this is one of the boxes where the front lifts up so you can have a look at the top of the model. As you can see, there's the top of the model there. And on the other side of the front of the box, like a lot of Gemini Jets boxes, there is some history about the aircraft type, in this case the Boeing 747-400, as well as the specifications for this specific aircraft. I'll take some pictures on my phone of the history and the specifications and put them on the screen now so you can have a better look at them and so that they are easier to read. On the back of the box we have another diagram of the aircraft. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo, and we also have some information about Gemini Jets themselves and how they make their models. And here we have the links to the Gemini Jets social media pages such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And at the bottom we have some legal information about this model. And at the bottom it says copyright 2021, and then we have the location of where Gemini Jets are based, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. And here it says made in China. The left and right side of this box contains all the same details. We have the Gemini Jets logo, and we have the scale of the aircraft and the item number. And here we have another diagram of the aircraft, as well as the aircraft type. On the bottom of the box we have the usual Gemini Jets logo, as well as some details about some of the features of this model. And finally, at the top of the box, once again we have the Gemini Jets logo, as well as the very uninteresting barcode and an age warning. So now that we have had a look at the details of the box containing the model, let's unbox the actual model. And here is the model, and I am already loving this model. One, because it's a model of my favorite aircraft type, the Boeing 747, and the National Airlines livery is really good in my opinion. So now onto the details of the model. As you can see here we have the nose section of the aircraft with the cockpit windows. To the top left of the cockpit windows there is an emergency hatch for the pilots to evacuate from in the event of an emergency. And behind that we have the upper deck of the aircraft with some windows, as well as the door on the left hand side of the upper deck. And underneath that we have the L1 door, and underneath that we have the nose landing gear. And as you can see on a lot of aircraft, the landing gear doors on the nose landing gear contain the last few numbers and or letters of the registration of the aircraft. Here we have what I think is the really good looking National Airlines logo, and under the logo we have a link to the National Airlines website. Here we have the left wing of the aircraft, which contains the usual engine number 1 and engine number 2. And just there on the front of the edge of the wing you can see the landing lights. On the end of the wing we have the winglets, as this is a 747-400, and the red navigation light. And we also have all the usual flaps, slats, speed brakes and ailerons. Here we have the tail section of the aircraft, and I know it's kind of hard to see, but just where is one of the cargo doors is, and here we have the National Airlines slogan, "We deliver the world." And here we have another door on the back of the aircraft on the left hand side, and to the right of that door you can see the registration of the aircraft, which is November 952 Charlie Alpha. And here we have the actual tail with the rudder, along with the tail wings, which contain the aircraft's elevators. Now the only difference is on the right side of the aircraft compared to the left side is the engines in numbers. So there you can see engine 3 and there's engine 4, and the navigation light on the right wing of the aircraft is green, not red. And near the back there are 2 more cargo doors. On the top of the aircraft we have 2 antennas, one there and another one there. I can't zoom in too far though, otherwise my camera will go out of focus, but there it is, just in front of the tail. And in front of the first antenna we have one of the aircraft's anti-collision lights, which is what that little red dot there is. On the bottom of the aircraft here we have the nose landing gear along with the nose landing gear doors. Here we have the belly of the aircraft, which contain the main sets of landing gear as well as the Gemini Jets logo, and in front of the main sets of landing gear we once again have the National Airlines logo. And that is pretty much everything that you need to know about this model. I personally really love this model, one because it's of my favourite aircraft type, the Boeing 747, and I also really like the looks of the National Airlines livery on the Boeing 747, and something about the livery that I really like compared to some other carriers is that National Airlines decided to paint their engines the same colour as parts of the livery, which is probably the key thing that makes the National Airlines livery look so good on the 747. And it's not something that a lot of carriers do these days, so that's a bonus for National Airlines. I would definitely recommend getting this model if you are interested and if you're willing to spend the money on it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Stay safe and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.